All right, Josh Sigurdson of World Alternative Media here, and I'm here with the great Lawrence Hill. He's written such publications as the Book of Negroes, and he also wrote one of my favorites, The Deserter's Tale, with Joshua Key. And I wanted to ask him a few questions about that. Now, what influenced you to take Joshua Key's story and bring it out to the world?
Joshua Key's story was sort of like a white man's version of Muhammad Ali, in the sense that it's an ordinary young man who swept up into world events far beyond what he was reckoning. And the war in Iraq, influenced him and sort of caught him up in world events in ways he would never have envisaged. He signs up for the U.S. Army out of poverty, never expecting to be sent to Iraq. In fact, he's promised that he won't be sent to Iraq. He's a private, so as low down as you can get on the chain of command. He goes to Iraq, and he's required to blow down the doors of Iraqi residents, arrest any male over the height of 5 feet, look for weapons of mass destruction in houses of ordinary middle-class Iraqis. We know how many weapons of mass destruction were found in Iraq. Yeah. And so basically he's violating the civil rights and the dignity and the national rights of Iraqi civilians. He's required to do so. And it's such a powerful story, and it transformed him. He went to the war a willing American soldier, but he learned after several months that he was fighting a cause that he found morally offensive, so he left. And so his story touched me profoundly, so I helped him write it.
Well, and you seem to be affected, to take upon a task like this and put it out for the world to read, you seem a bit like an activist to me. And I was wondering, what are your thoughts on the military-industrial complex, and what do you hope to see with Joshua Key's case?
Well, what I hope to see with Joshua Key's case is what I hope to see with regard to Canada's policy with regard to refugees in general. There have been times in our past when we've really opened up our doors and welcomed refugees, political and other. We opened the doors and rolled out the red carpet for deserters and people fleeing the Vietnam War. And many Americans came to Canada at that time. We welcomed them, and they became some of our most engaged, wonderful citizens. I'd like to see us do it again. As for refugees in general, quite apart from those who are fleeing war that they were forced to participate in, I believe that we should open our doors more broadly to all refugees in the world. We have a great deal to receive from the skills and motivations of refugees. We can take more than we are right now. In the past, we have done so with Kosovo, with Uganda, with people from Vietnam. We have occasionally shown ourselves to be giving with regard to refugees, but we've also sometimes shown ourselves to be very ungenerous, as we are, I think, right now. And I believe that in terms of the current crisis in the world, if the refugees fleeing Northern Africa and Syria were coming from France or the UK or Australia, we would have welcomed tens of thousands by now, and we have done so quickly. So I think we can do much more than we're doing. We can't solve every crisis in the world, but we can act as greater global leaders and show our citizenry with more generosity than we are right now.
Sure. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.